I had £1 for every time I heard someone say, "Hey, did you watch that new episode of Doctor Who last night? It was really good." I wouldn't have to go through the struggle of watching it, because I wouldn't be able to afford a TV. As a kid, I grew up watching the Eccleston, Tennant, Smith era of Doctor Who. It was great. I loved it. Some of the best television I've seen to this day. But I still wouldn't call myself a Whovian. And that's not because I don't like Doctor Who enough. It's because I like Doctor Who enough to realise that I'm a casual. And I'm not going to do real Whovians the disservice of identifying as such. So let's see what this filthy gaijin has to say about a once great British institution and now Disney play toy. Starting with Season 1, Episode 1? Wait, what? They're starting from Season 1 again? Is that cell phone? Are the BBC somewhat indirectly admitting that the 13th Doctor did kill Doctor Who and therefore it needed rebooting, hence Season 1 again? I don't know. If that is the case, great start with those specials.
Binary. Non-binary. Binary.
We're binary.
She's not, because the Doctor's
Male.
and female.
And neither. And more.
That just makes no sense.
So let's get into it. And episode 1 is entitled Space Babies. And, you know, I suppose it's very fitting for a show in 2024 that the Doctor's assistant is riddled with ADHD.
So once I landed in 1963 and he used to have police boxes.
1963?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, jukebox. I like that.
I've been to the distant past. Yes, but you do also have big colourful music box go jingle jangle. More about that, please.
My world is called Gallifrey.
And where's that?
Gone! Ruby, it's gone. It's gone.
I'm not too sure why he seems so smug about that. Maybe it's because he got rid of the one half of him that's actually somewhat sentimental about his home planet.
They're all gone now. My family,
My friend, even that sky.
oh, you should have seen it, that old planet.
But this is the new, cool Doctor Who, and he don't need no home planet.
What would you say your trademark is, if you have one?
Well, I guess the look I'm best known for is blue steel.
What's that look like? It's impressive.
It was a genocide and they died.
Wait, it was a genocide and they died? That's crazy. People usually survive genocide. Also, wasn't it more of a war? Less of a genocide, hence why they called it the Time War? You know, but I guess the term genocide does imply that there is a victim, and we all know that being a victim is liquid gold these days. Well played, Disney.
I am the last of the Time Lords. And I am so glad to be alive. This thing flies.
So basically, everything and everyone that I've ever loved is now gone. Want to see my space box go zoom zoom?
This thing flies.
And we'll be right back to the video, but first a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, which is FlexiSpot, who have kindly sent me one of their E7 Pro desks to try out. Table go brr. Most people like to work sitting down, but there are some unusual people out there who have what is called fitness, who prefer standing up sometimes. Of course, the E7 Pro allows you to do both. It goes both up and back down again. With the desk's inbuilt memory, it's as simple as 2 taps and it will remember your favorite heights. The E7 Pro is also available in a wide range of colors and sizes, so you're bound to find one that fits nicely into your workspace. And with a built-in tray underneath the desk, you can say goodbye to all of those messy wires. So go ahead and click the link down in the description to check out FlexiSpot and the range of products they have on offer. They're currently running brand day deals, which means you can get up to 50% off a product like this E7 Pro desk. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead. Click down below, and a big thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Also, I think I can see why they dropped this new assistant now. Her acting is, it's not good.
150 million years in the past.
No.
Really?
No, you are kidding. Don't be so ridiculous.
Oof, it makes Mr. Gatwa look like a regular Marlon Brando.
What if I change history by stepping on a butterfly or something?
Who steps on butterflies? You literally have to be like, wait, come here, butterfly, come here, have it.
And I immediately take that back.
Oh!
Now, I am no butterfly expert, but that appears to me to be either a monarch or a viceroy butterfly. Either way, neither of those were around 150 million years ago. In fact, they wouldn't show up until 148 million years later. Really? Was there no one on set that could have said, like, I don't know, guys, I don't know if this should be in the scene. We might be off by a factor of, I don't know, 1.48 million centuries? That's quite a large margin of error. And don't give me that, well, actually, it could have come out of the TARDIS, because we can clearly see that the TARDIS is closed. I've been saying it for years, but I'll say it again. Butterflies, they just don't get the respect they deserve these days. Poor representation. Shame on you, Russell T Davies.
What's wrong?
So, just to catch you up, she stepped on a butterfly and has now, as a result of that, turned into a lizard person because of the butterfly effect. Okay, and if you think that's a little bit silly, apparently the Doctor can now bring things back to life by breathing on them. Again, I'm not a Whovian, but I didn't think that that's something that the Doctor could do. Can he breathe on things and bring them back to life? Is that something he does? I don't know, feel free to correct me. Now, if you wanted to get 3 upvotes on Reddit, you could say, oh well, actually, if stamping on a butterfly is enough to change the future events to the extent where you could become a lizard person, the time that the butterfly was held up for would also have a drastic impact on future events, rendering its resurrection completely redundant. Kiss's Funko Pop collection.
But it still looks like a police boat.
Oh, it's broken. Most of the universe is knackered, babes.
Though the Doctor does change his appearance through the process of regeneration, he always tends to be very well spoken. That's kind of the shtick of the character. So I didn't think I'd ever see the day when the Doctor says something like, most of the universe is knackered, babes. But here we are. It's a brave new world, and this is the new cool Doctor.
Most of the universe is knackered, babes.
Okay, so he might not speak the King's English, but this Doctor does do a fabulous impression of someone from Stoke-on-Trent.
I don't have a home, but I don't have a job either. I don't have a boss or taxes or rent or bills to pay. I don't have a purpose. Planet Pacifico del Rio.
Oh, that's in English. They speak English here, English.
Oh yeah, no, because Pacifico del Rio is, yeah, that sounds really English to me. And it turns out they've landed on a spaceship that is a baby farm, and after a healthy smattering of uncomfortable baby talking, we discover that the software that is controlling the space station has gone a little bit haywire and has created a bogeyman out of actual bogies. It's a terrifying monster that screams at and chases anyone who goes near it. But when the janitor, who was the last human left on board, attempts to jettison the snot monster into the dark depths of space, the episode suddenly becomes this parable about being different. I'm telling you, it's like Starship Troopers all over again.
The only one of his kind.
Oxygen field at 7%.
Okay, is the monster the only of its kind? Yes, but it was also bred with the sole intent to petrify a gang of babies and is made out of snot. Being different doesn't automatically make you good. Put it in the ocean, it's fine.
Your favorite monster is fine.
Why does it howl like a wolf? Why does everyone like it now? What's the message? If you accept something that is hideous and life-threatening, it'll just become chill. I can't possibly imagine why our Disney overlords want us to accept things that look absolutely repulsive. I just no idea. But never mind all of that, because there's 2 episodes, and they're not going to watch themselves, and God knows no one else will. But episode 2 doesn't mess about.
There is one thing you might like. It's called The Devil's Cord. Get away from him.
Them.
What?
Me.
What?
I'm them.
You're who?
You're who?
Right, so this guy played the Devil's Chord on a piano, and as a result, a non-binary drag queen showed up. Cool. New Doctor Who's cool. Love what they did with it.
Nice to see you again, kiddo.
Nonce.
You didn't look at my name, sir.
Henry Harbinger, that's it.
Harbinger!
Oh, come on, mate. Is this your first rodeo? Henry Harbinger? Harbinger? Who looks at the name Henry Harbinger and doesn't think Harbinger? It's like, come on, if you'd have put the pieces together, you could have realised that the boy that you're teaching has a non-binary father living inside your piano. Come on, man. So not progressive, not cool, man. Not cool at all. White guys, am I right? So, the drag guy steals music from the world and plunges modern society into a nuclear winter. And the only way to combat this is for the Doctor and the devil drag guy to have a music battle in order to send him back to hell. That's a sentence I didn't think I'd use today. So, there's a secret chord that'll send the evil dinner lady guy back to hell, and the Doctor gives it a go. He comes pretty close, but not quite. But the notes that he played right physically appear above the piano. I have absolutely no idea how that happens or why that's a thing, but never mind all that. Because when John Lennon and Paul McCartney find the piano, the almost correct notes floating above it inspire them to play the correct chord. You might be sat there thinking, oh boy, Johnny, you sure have lost your marbles. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But that is legitimately the plot for this episode. Either this episode makes no sense, or I'm an idiot. It's both, isn't it? The only logical link I could make is the fact that the chord they played might be the enigmatic and still discussed to this day Hard Day's Night chord, so I guess that's like a nice reference for Beatles fans. But even if that is the case, it doesn't help to explain why the Doctor can now produce like literal physical musical notes when he plays the piano. And even if that is explained, it doesn't help to explain anything else in this episode. But on paper, when you put it simply, the ending sounds kind of good, as it's 50% of the Beatles sending a non-binary drag queen to hell with the power of music. Unintentionally based.
There's always a twist at the end.
There's always a twist, there's always a twist, there's always a twist at the end.
Okay, that's enough Doctor Who for one day. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you there. Hopefully there is not a next one. And as always, a big shout out to the patrons and the channel members. We have the top tiers, the Knights of Lore. We have Flunky, Puzzlemon, Infinite Dundum, David, Jax, Koss, Michael Turpia, Texas Lawman, ATS, Dagger D69, nice, Satama Kano, Steve the Goat, Michael, Nostagmus, the Grand Admiral, Jordan 96, and Satama Kano. To each and every one of the top tiers, I thank you for serving the realm. We have the tier 2, Saeed, Dr. Melski, Yonwich, Hadzi, Kanadongra Magic, Mark Maiden, Sensei Fang, Mendicant Bias, Agent MO62, Stu Cheeks, Michael S, Rich Warwick, McLegend Face, Kidnap Tiger, and Mona. Tier 1s, thank you to each and every one of you. And there we go, another day, another video. Will you join me for my next one? You better do, you little bitch. But until then, take care of yourselves and I'll see you very soon.